So, we went on a ride, we got the kid off. We're going to teach the kids how to tie, because this is what they're coming to camp for. They're learning how to take care of the horses themselves. So, when we're tying up, we're actually tying on a horizontal bar most of the time. Over here. So, it's going to look like this on the horizontal bar. Which kind of looks like through this ring, but you'll have to imagine. So it's like this on the bar. We want to make sure, especially when we go to lunch, that the horse has enough length just to reach the ground so that they can eat lunch. So we give them hay at lunch, but not enough that they can step. So if the horse's head was down, their nose would be able to reach the ground just like this, and the lead rope would be sitting up like this, and they'd just be able to just reach the ground. We don't want any extra here for the hoof to get stuck in. And a lot of times what we do with the kids is we tell them 1 arm length. And that's a pretty good estimate, usually with most of the horses, and the height of the hitching post, which is about here. So, when we're teaching the kids how to tie, we all need to teach the same way, because otherwise the kids get confused. So the way we're going to teach them is, I do a 4, which kind of makes sense once you see it. So, put the lead rope through, or through here, remember how that looked. You create a 4 with the lead rope. The number 4. With your left hand you hold the corner of the 4, and you twist it towards you so that this loose rope on the back is on behind both of these two. And we're going to take the slack in this rope and make a loop or a bunny ear. We use many metaphors for the children so they understand. And we're going to take the loop and go through the hole, or the bunny is going to go into the hole. And that should be done up high enough that when the horse pulls tight, that this is only an arm length. Now, a lot of our horses are smart. They may not look smart, but they are smart. So they know how to untie themselves. If I was to leave him here for like 5 minutes, he'd be gone. So, what we're going to do also is we're going to make another loop. Like, too short. We're going to make another loop with the end of the lead rope. A lot of them have a lot of slack anyway. We're going to twist it up. Again, twist up. This part is loose on top. We're going to put the first loop through the second loop that we made and pull that tight. Now, the reason we're going to do this is if the horse pulls on this, he's not going to loose himself. However, if a horse was pulling back and we needed to use our slip knot, and we all do it the same way, we just pull this and then that, and it comes loose. Obviously it's really easy because he's not pulling back right now. But anyway, so again, 4, twist towards you, put the bunny ear into the rabbit hole, take the slap, loop it up, put that through, and tighten. And that's how we're going to tie all summer long, and that's how we should teach the kids all summer long, because if we're all teaching the same, they're going to learn faster and understand better. You guys now how the halter is supposed to fit, because this is always an issue at camp. The kids don't catch the horses themselves, that's our job. So it's important for you guys to know how these fit. So come over here. So, this is a properly fitted halter. All of our halters at camp are like standard. They don't come in different sizes, and we have horses with different sized heads. That's why it's important to make sure we put it on correctly. So, I'm going to pretend that I go and catch this horse if he'll cooperate. Come here. Alright, so I've caught my horse. Got my rope around. Pretend that this wasn't on there. So when we catch the horse, again, left side, our horses are all trained from the left side like most horses are. I would hope that more horses than just ours would be trained from the right side as well, but ours are trained from the left. So, got my horse, I'm going to slip noseband over his nose and bring the long strap up behind his ears. I'm going to take the long strap and go through the loop. All of our halters are rope halters, and they can be a little confusing at times. So they have this loop and they have this long strand, and that's how you tie it on. You go through the loop, and what you do is you want to make sure that this knot down here, come over here, where you can see the knot. This knot at his throat latch needs to be right at his throat latch in this area. Not tight, but it needs to hang just about there. A lot of times we'll get halters that are super loose and they'll hang down by his jaw. Now if the horse was to pull back and the halter was tied like this, the halter would pinch nerves in his cheek and could cause nerve damage. So we want to make sure that the halter is fitted all the way up where it's supposed to be. This, yes buddy. This string goes behind the cheek. And this is at the throat latch. Again, not super tight. You don't want to restrict any airway or anything. Bring that up. Now to tie the knot, this one gets complicated too. You're going to go back first towards his head or his neck. You're going to make a loop behind the original loop, so that there's a loop kind of back here by his mane, and then the end is going towards his eyeball. And once we've done that, we bring the end back in and through the loop. And this ties around the original loop. Now this is important because if the horse, again, was to pull back, make it super tight, we could easily go in and loosen. Usually if they pull it tight, it gets loose and we can take it off the horse. If we can't, it doesn't matter because it'll work either way. So to loosen it, we just pull up on the original loop and push like that, and it'll loosen. Now obviously this is going to be a lot harder if the horse has pulled back and made the knot tight, but this is why we tie it like this. I'm going to show you how we tie it, and then I wouldn't say it's incorrect, but it's not as efficient because we can't get the halters undone. A lot of times we'll go up instead of down around this original loop. We'll go up around the tie and come through like this, and it'll look something like that. Now if the horse was to pull back and it was tied like this knot is extremely difficult to get undone. Like extremely. I've had them where it's taken us hours to get them undone because there's no leverage or anything to like make it come loose. So I'm going to show you guys again. Bring strap through the back of the original loop like so. Make sure it's adjusted. You're going to make a loop back behind the ears. It's pointed that way. Bring the excess through that loop so that it's facing this way. Also, if we do it in this direction, this will not be whacking him in the eyeball as he's working. Yeah, and that is what we have to do. This is what we do at Leoni, at least for this year, 2013. And I hope you guys can keep up with what I was saying, because I went really fast. Again, all this, not necessarily catching, but all the saddling and bridling should take probably less than 5 minutes. We don't want to dawdle at all because we have a lot of horses and a lot of kids, and we have to get them in the saddles and going pretty quickly in the morning, at least Monday morning. So, yes. Again, the kids learn all this too. Tuesday through Friday they will be doing their own, but Monday we saddle them all up, and if we have to saddle them up for any other reason, like the kid is not able to, or we need to help or whatever. It shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes. So that was my instructional tutorial. This was CB, and thank you for watching.